everyone, my name is Isla. It's my pleasure to have you being here. Today, I'd like to talk about fighting for equal rights. What made Susan B. Anthony interested in women's rights? What did she do for women's rights? Susan Brownell Anthony was born on February 15, 1820 in Massachusetts, USA. Back then, men were generally considered smarter and more important than women. Susan's father, however, treated women and men as equals. Susan began attending school when her family moved to New York, USA in 1826. When her father found out that girls were not being taught like boys, he started his own school. There, girls and boys learned the same things. In 1837, Susan went away to boarding school. The experience was not pleasant. However, she met Lucretia Mott there. Mott believed that it was important to help others and that slavery was wrong. Her views influenced young Susan. Susan became a teacher and taught school from 1839 to 1849. During that time, she was paid less than male teachers. At teachers' meeting, she was forced to sit in the back and be silent. She quickly became interested in women's rights. In 1851, Susan met Elizabeth Cady Stanton, who had been working for women's rights for several years. Although many people agreed that women should be equal to men, others were not willing to give women the right to vote. Together, the two fought for women's rights. Susan also worked in anti-slavery movement. The people working for slavery respect her work for women's rights and asked her for help. However, she couldn't speak at anti-slavery meetings because women were supposed to speak in public. This experience made Susan even more aware that women had little power in society, so she began to focus more of her effort on women's rights. Susan believed that in order for women to get more power, married women needed the right to own property. She worked hard to achieve this goal. In 1860, the Married Women Property Act was passed in New York State. Although the victory was important, women still could not vote. In 1872, Susan organized a group of women to register and vote. On November 5th, 16 women, including Susan, voted in an election for the President of the United States. Later, they were arrested because it was illegal for women to vote. Susan was put on trial, found guilty, and fined $100, but she refused to pay. Susan B. Anthony spent her lifetime fighting for the fair treatment of women. Sadly, however, she died before a law giving women the right to vote was passed. On August 26, 1920, the law was passed. Women could now vote. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed my speech.